Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, we'll discuss how to get clear skin and how to get rid of acne. Most men battle with acne at some point in their lives. It can be unsightly, embarrassing, and even cause scarring over time. For men, it can sometimes be even worse than for women because wearing makeup to cover it isn't something that's widely done for a lot of men, and because shaving the face can cause additional irritation. If you do suffer from acne then, today's guide is for you, as it's all about how to work toward getting clearer skin. As a bonus, it also works for men who already have clear skin to maintain that acne-free face. By the way, this video is the second in a series of 3 that cover care and grooming. The first video dealt with healthy hair tips, specifically 15 of them, and the third video is going to deal with some hair hacks. You can find the first video in the series here. First today then, let's answer the question of what exactly acne is. Acne is your skin's reaction to a naturally occurring bacteria that's on the surface of the skin. Everybody has these kinds of bacteria, so the myth that people who suffer from excessive acne are somehow less clean is just that, a myth unfounded by science. In the case of the acne sufferer, Propionibacterium acnes is the one that will activate on the skin from its normally dormant state, causing irritation and then a pimple. More specifically, it's often hair follicles that become clogged with dead skin cells and oils and then become inflamed. Not a good thing. Acne can take different forms depending on how the skin has been irritated, such as blackheads, whiteheads, or standard pimples. Hormones and genetics do both play a sizable role in whether or not you're going to suffer from acne, so there is a certain element of luck involved. However, the best way to stop acne from forming is to make sure that your skin is healthier in the first place. Of course, determining whether or not you're more prone to excessive acne is probably going to be unnecessary. After all, if you are more prone, you're likely going to have found out about it already. In general, though, before you embark on any sort of treatment plan, it's going to be a good idea to pay a visit to your dermatologist. As with most medical conditions, it's best to get a professional opinion and see if you do have a more specific type of acne that is best treated in a specific way. For most men, though, acne is a condition that can be fairly easily treated with topical over-the-counter products. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. One additional note here, pay attention to the ingredients in the products you purchase. Some may claim to be good for you, but based upon the composition of your own skin, they can have ingredients that could react negatively. So if step 1 is consulting a dermatologist and figuring out what products are right for you, step 2 would be beginning and maintaining a skincare routine. Starting and maintaining a routine is probably going to be the single best thing you can do for your skin in the long term. There are 4 key components to any good skincare routine, and the first is cleansing. Using a cleanser to remove excess dirt, grime, oil, bacteria, and other substances on the surface of the skin is going to be helpful. You should try to cleanse both in the morning and the evening. Cleansing alone probably isn't going to be enough to keep skin that's already excessively acne-prone from developing more pimples, but it's a good first step, and for those who only suffer from a regular amount of acne, cleansing will also go a long way. Step 2 here is to moisturize, again both in the morning and the evening. Moisturizing after cleansing may seem counterintuitive at first, especially to those with oily skin. After all, if you've just removed moisture from your skin by cleansing, why would you want to add it back? Well, simply stated, you've removed the dead skin cells, bacteria, and other nasty things from the surface of the skin, but you've also removed the necessary amount of natural oils that your skin has to keep it healthy. Thus, adding back some good moisture is going to be beneficial. And if you do have more oily skin, if you don't moisturize, your body is probably going to overcompensate and produce more oil than it would need to make up for that lost moisture, so you'll probably be even more prone to acne. Thus, moisturizing will be your best bet. And while moisturizing is key, especially for those areas that are affected by shaving your face, you shouldn't only localize it there. Make sure that you moisturize your entire face. Moisturizing is also a great opportunity to add a product that contains a bit of SPF to your routine. After all, a bit of extra sun protection is never a bad thing. Step 3 is treating the skin, which, for men who are more prone to acne, is a twofold process. The first part here is to exfoliate, or use a product that will remove skin cells and build up in the pores. And the second part is to treat the skin with a product that will minimize the amount of bacterial growth on the surface of the skin. To focus in a bit more on exfoliation, there are two main kinds: physical exfoliation and chemical exfoliation. Physical exfoliation involves products that use granular particles to actually physically scrub the surface of the skin to remove dead skin cells. While this process can leave the skin feeling exceptionally smooth, it's also easier to over-exfoliate when using a physical product. This will create micro tears in your skin, which may harbor more bacteria over time. Chemical exfoliation, meanwhile, uses, as you might have guessed, chemicals to remove these dead skin cells. For advanced cases of acne, it may actually be wise to use both a physical and a chemical exfoliant, but again, consult your dermatologist if you think this might be the appropriate case. Step 4 is just about a mental attitude in how you really approach the process, which is to say, it's not going to be good enough to do the first 3 steps only a few times a week. You have to be diligent about this process and make sure that you're doing all the steps as much as necessary. In most cases, twice daily, once in the morning and once in the evening. So, with the basics of the routine out of the way, let's now talk about how to effectively choose your skincare products. Since there are thousands of skincare products on the market, it can be a serious drag on both your wallet and your time to find a product that's right for you. The main 2 things you'll want to try to get better at are reading product reviews online for key information and also reading the ingredient lists of each product to know what to look for. Once you know how to read product reviews and product labels effectively, you'll be able to find products that are right for you that much easier. Also, you'll probably find that both expensive and inexpensive products are often using the same ingredients, so you might even be able to save a little bit of money in the process. So then, let's go over some of the main active ingredients in acne-fighting products, starting with salicylic acid. This is also called beta-hydroxy acid, or BHA, and it's a chemical exfoliant that's a derivative of aspirin. It has antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties that can help unclog your pores. Salicylic acid is also recommended for razor burn and ingrown hair sufferers for the same reason, so it can also be used as part of a shaving routine. And on the subject of shaving, if you'd like to learn how to avoid those tiny nicks and cuts that can really be a nuisance, you can find our video on that subject here. The next product is alpha-hydroxy acid, or AHA. It's similar, as you might expect, to BHA, but overall it's just a little bit less aggressive. Next up are retinoids. This is the term for the family of powerful anti-aging molecules derived from vitamin A. Retinol is the most common marketing name of this compound, but it can also be listed by various other names, such as retinyl palmitate, retinaldehyde, or various others. As an antioxidant, it tells old or damaged cells to act like normal ones and is noted to have anti-acne benefits for some users in addition to its regular anti-aging properties. Retinol can be difficult for some men to tolerate, however, so it's best to build up your use of this product slowly over time. Retinol is available over the counter in lower concentrations, and you can also get a prescription if you need something in a higher concentration. One more tip about retinoids is that they're best to be used at night because they can make the skin more susceptible to damage from the sun. Next up is a classic anti-acne ingredient, benzoyl peroxide. It works to reduce the acne-causing bacteria on the skin, and because it's often found in high concentrations in some products, as much as 5 or 10%, it can irritate the skin of some men, so as with retinol, it's best to consult a dermatologist or start with a smaller or lower dose and work your way up over time as necessary. Another key ingredient is sulfur. Of course, you may be aware of it because of its famous smell, which is similar to rotten eggs, and therefore you wouldn't think it would be a great choice for a product that's going on your face. However, sulfur is known for its acne-fighting, inflammation-reducing, and exfoliating properties, so it's often found in soaps and masks and other similar products where this famous smell is minimized. A product that hasn't traditionally been a part of many anti-acne regimens is niacinamide. However, the product is anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and sebastatic, which means it helps reduce surface oil on your skin. Furthermore, niacinamide is pH neutral, which means it's less irritating to your skin than other common acne-fighting ingredients would be. It can also help to reduce acne scarring, the appearance of fine lines on your face, and hyperpigmentation, otherwise known as blotchiness. Our final product here is azelaic acid, which is a highly effective antioxidant known for its ability to reduce redness and acne in the skin by killing bacteria responsible for inflammation. Also, it's more gentle on the skin than other exfoliants can be. To wrap up today, here are 5 more general considerations for skincare as related to acne. First, many skincare products can relieve acne, but some can also exacerbate it. For example, you shouldn't use any products on your face that have alcohol or fragrances in them. Alcohol is often used as an ingredient in many toners because it feels bracing to the skin, but it's also a known irritant, so it can make acne worse. Similarly, many fragrances can also be irritating to the skin. On a related note, don't buy a product simply because its label says that it's good for fighting acne. As we've said before, making sure that you've read the ingredients list to know what's good and not good for you is going to be the key here. Number 2, don't assume that the more expensive acne-fighting products are automatically going to be better. After all, the principal active ingredients that fight acne are mostly inexpensive, so anything that has a high markup is mostly just going to be marketing. Number 3 is that products you're using should be introduced into your skincare routine slowly so that you don't overwhelm or irritate your skin. As some men will naturally have more sensitive skin than others, some might be able to exfoliate and treat more aggressively on a daily basis, whereas some could only do it a few times a week. On a related note, tip number 4 is that everyone's skin, diet, genetics, and specific needs are different. So a skincare routine that has worked wonders for one man isn't necessarily going to automatically work for another. It's important that you consider all of the factors that we've outlined here today before you decide on what skincare routine to use. And finally, tip number 5 is to not expect immediate results from any skincare routine and rather to approach it with patience and persistence. After all, not only are there many products on the market, so you might have to go through a process of trial and error, but even then, once you've found products that are good for you, they can still take time to work at full effectiveness. Most products and dermatologists will recommend that you allow about 6 to 8 weeks for products to really work as best as they possibly can. We know this can seem like a bit of a long time, but once you get up to speed with your skincare routine and everything is working properly, it will definitely be worth it. Today's video features a simple and casual outfit, good for doing some grooming at home. My polo shirt is gray-blue in color, and it features multi-track stripes in white. By the way, if you're curious about multi-track stripes or any other definitions, you can check out our guide to stripes here. The collar is plain in color for a bit of contrast, and the brown buttons harmonize well with the brown elements in my outfit. Speaking of which, my trousers are plain brown, my belt is medium brown, and my shoes are dark oxblood penny loafers. However, the color difference between the belt and the shoes isn't too great, so nothing is jarring. My socks, meanwhile, are also gray-blue in color to harmonize with my shirt, and they feature a herringbone pattern. Of course, my outfit is exceptionally casual today, so I'm not wearing any accessories, but if you're interested in finding such accessories, such as collar pins, boutonnieres, pocket squares, and so on, you can find them in the Fort Belvedere shop here.